Thursday, 19th of January. Remedial measures to be taken. It has become necessary to draft some notations to myself to be read at a later date. As it is a favourite habit to pore dejectedly across my own letters, hunting with glee for weak phrases from which to extract delicious and sick pleasures for my unremitting self-criticism, I am second-guessing my future self, laying snares to hunt the hunter. Once, it seemed only ethical to assist my untrustworthy other half by casually reminding him through these notes of ideas that would elevate him above his detrimental stupors. That I have grown apathetic to this needy character, to the degree of wishing to aid his psychological ruination, testifies to how far beyond help he has become. Kind and cosseting words are naught to one such as he. It is a venomous spittle that he now must taste, and I shall laugh in advance at his impotence to defend against it. How charming my future self is. I say is as opposed to will be, not from some grammatical oversight, but precisely for the reason that I have been acquainted with him on so many occasions as to have arrived at the conclusion that he is trapped in perpetuity like a goldfish in a bowl. Why do I find him charming, you might ask? Perhaps it is due to the fanciful conceit that he maintains, according to which he perceives his actions as a great string of failures. Or perhaps it is even his petty, egoistic determination to demonstrate how sullied and wretched his existence is. And it is precisely due to this egoism that I do not pity his perspectives. Pity would equate me with something altogether more worthless even than him. That he demands pity is enough to commend my spite. This future self has the distasteful and self-defeating propensity for evoking me as scapegoat to his perpetual ruin. The motive that he conceals behind this conceit consists in contriving everything other than himself as blameworthy for what he is. Were he to abandon this cowardice, this condemnatory moralizing, he would, to be sure, have no alibi with which to shirk his responsibilities. He would have occasion to blame no one and no thing for the fact of his existence, and would instead glimpse his capacity for bringing himself into being. I, on the other hand, harbour no fear toward unfinished projects. Such enmity toward my own repetitive future should thus speak volumes. That I do not seek out hasty resolutions to organic processes leaves this future still more pregnant with the capacity to become. This method does not so much as create leeway in which to act, for such latitude invariably creates further permission for inaction, but does rather produce enough friction to incite the will to bring about its potential in a state of uncompromising adversity. Some might contend that such adversity, such contempt for one's own condition, is at once foolish and immoral, retrograde to the common desire for peace that has been established by the rabble as the ideal future. Nay, the ideal of history, as they call it. Indeed, I do reject this ideal. Adversity is, albeit paradoxically, where genuine selves are forged. For the self that does not know what it is, or in what way to consist, The self that must wrestle for even the smallest quanta of self-knowledge is no enemy of mine. Without this bile, without this distemper aimed toward all and everything, there would be no dolce vita. There would be only a mean type of creature who is adapted to exist beneath the derelict edifices of the good and the true, a centipede of sorts. Rather, I have come to take a certain jouissance in the anxieties of this perpetually frustrated self, sound in the knowledge that his struggle is the breeding ground of my potential. No wonder then that he is forever holidaying in Rome of all places. What better place to watch the comings and goings of the future?